Do you have to point out how stupid this guy is?
No, thank you.
Hey, I heard Ryan Upchurch is looking for some farmer help.
Really? And you're the right person for the job. Right, let's put your best foot forward here, Cecil.
I grow tomatoes on my porch.
Oh, dear Lord.
He's already fucked up.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Oh, Daisy. My next to red. Oh,
He's a psychic.
Daisy. Oh, my dream was a dead end. Oh, yeah.
Bruh.
They said people like me don't trend. Oh, said my slang won't ever get it. Oh, Daisy. Oh, my neck was too red.
Chloroseptic spray at Walgreens on aisle 6 for sore throats.
Neck too red. Boy, neck too red. Oh, my neck too red.
Get the fuck out of here.
What's going on?
I heard that there is a butt-grabbing spirit in this car wash.
Are you a male or a female spirit? Once for a male, twice for a female.
These people let me do a paranormal investigation here. What's your name?
EILL dot jeeperlee420 at yahoo.com.
Can you show yourself on camera?
No, thank you. I'll find something else to do.
Hello, everybody. Cecil stepped on poo again. The same poo that he stepped in before, which is not an unusual thing for Cecil, because when a normal person makes some sort of mistake, they learn from that mistake and they don't do the same thing again. But Cecil can't help himself with his big gob. We're gone back into the firearms controversy, which, if he just kept his mouth shut, it might have got away, because he's known for other things that are sort of a little bit more important. But of course he has to open his big gob. Today we're going to be reacting to Master Shredder. Please watch Master Shredder's live stream in full over in his channel before you come over and watch it on my load of old bollocks. Thank you.
Some time down on the boulevard. Well, that's where I'm leaving. I just left my local precinct, and they were kind enough to forward some documents for me. Cecil, you said that this is bullshit. Well, just a second here.
Let me give you a reason why we're not bringing up Cecil's videos today, because his main video, he's deleted it. I did see it last night, but I had other things to do, and I, didn't have time to screen record it. He put out about 4 shorts. Gives me the indication that he's panicking about this. In those 4 shorts, most likely they're all copyrighted, so we couldn't use those clips. But we can talk about them. One thing for Master Shredder here, I started in a couple of minutes into Master Shredder's live stream because there was music in the beginning. And a copyright claim isn't a copyright strike, but I think you might have got a claim on that stream, which could affect views. So just a word of warning, try to keep your music off the stream, because a music company could come in and claim the whole video, and then if Cecil is talking about his 15, 16, 17 and living with his aunt on the same video, and the music company gets wind of it, you might get a strike. Just, just keep an eye on it, But anyway.
I have receipts stating otherwise.
Oh, something else. I decided to bring my fish into the situation here because Billy and Kevin here have got more, and all their friends have got more brain power than Cecil has, and much better to look at.
I had to pay a forwarding tax. Oh, he's trying to get away with straw purchase crimes, and you're not gonna outsmart the ATF, Cecil. Just because your local PD slipped up and they missed some crucial information at the time. We've been working on this case for a long time, Cecil.
Now, I'm not full up clued on all of this, but I think I understand that dates aren't adding up here. There was guns in the possession in the household before he got expunged. I did see another video before where it stated that a gun should not be in a house, never mind in a safe, with a felon in the house. So I'm not 100% clued up on that. I didn't go into massive detail about it because it took me a long time to make this video and I still made a mess of it. So
long time. And we finally got enough images, dates of you that I was able to put together a nice package. Right now, that package is on the way to the proper desk. Hetty bought the firearms while he was still a felon and gave them to him.
That's where I think I have the understanding that he was coming out with dates there and they're just not adding up. And I still have this thing about if a gun is in a safe, it's okay, but there was conflicting information that a felon cannot be in the same household as a person that owns a gun. Something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Again, I spent a long time on editing this video. I'm not going to go into the full details of it. After all, I'm actually just here to take the piss.
I have multiple videos of him talking about that that have been saved. Yeah, he's cooked. He's cooked.
Thing is, too, Cecil has deleted the videos, but the thing is, people like Master Shredder, Order of Magnitude possibly, have a lot of these videos, these older videos. So, and possibly I might have one or two of them as well, because I've been doing this a couple of years now, unfortunately. But the data might be there, even though Cecil, dirty deletes videos on a regular basis. Chances are one of us is going to catch something, So the information is still out there.
Cecil, you cooked your own goose, as my grandma used to say. You cooked your own goose on that one. I have the proper receipts and documentation right here. Yeah, you're cooked, Cecil. You're cooked. Now, if you would like to come in and kindly explain yourself, I'm not saying things can't be worked out, but it might be too late. It might be too late to be worked out.
Here's the thing. That's, chances of that happening are very, very slim. But at this point, it's the only chance he's really got. Because he's ran out of excuses, he's made up so many lies, he's contradicted himself too many times. He's in a, he's in a constant tangled ball of a mess. And his purpose on YouTube at this point, he thinks he's still fighting his own cause when, the ship is already sank, He's already put information out there, and he's trying to patch holes in a sinking ship here, and every time he patches a hole, a bigger hole appears. It's this constant, and that's where sometimes the comedy is, where the contradictions are. And when he gets frustrated, he resorts to these name calling, and when he gets frustrated, he also tends to slip out with stuff that he shouldn't really say, and then he doesn't figure that out until afterwards, and then deletes the video and stuff like that. So, yeah, a frustrated Cecil can sometimes be a resourceful Cecil, because he tends to open his mouth a wee bit too much when he gets frustrated.
What's up, Caparo? The goose has been cooked. He's gonna learn what the strong arm of the justice system is all about. And this is only a part of the case that has been in the works for years now.
The main issue is Cecil and his behaviour towards young people and stuff like that, and him blaming young people for what happened to them by him, sort of thing. That's the main thing. But there's always these little strands branching off that he gets caught up with because he can't keep his gob shut. And this is all because of a prop that he uses for his videos. And we can't say it's anything else other than a prop, because he doesn't seem to have any interest in firearms. He most likely puts these firearms on his person just before making a video to be intimidating to us. And it has the opposite effect, because it usually ends up very, very cringe, and I end up taking the piss at some point. So, Cecil, wearing your gun while doing a video in your house is cringe. You're not impressing anybody. You're not being the top guy. You just look like an idiot. I'm sorry.
Cecil, you know when the FBI comes down on you, they don't just willy-nilly show up at your house. These cases take years.
Yeah.
They take years and a lot of footwork.
Thing is, when you start to look into Cecil, and if you're looking into Cecil about, ownership of firearms, you have to wade through the other shit. And maybe, there may be some charges in relation to firearms offences and stuff like that, but it's most likely it's going to lead to this other behaviour as well. Because they're not just going to let that slide. Oh, we're looking into the firearms thing. We're going to have to just forget about this other shit. That's not the way it works, like.
And you're squirming. You're over there posting a bunch of videos because you know. You fucking know.
That's when he panics. And that's when he comes out with his funniest shit.
You know what you did. We all have to make choices, Cecil. We all have to make certain choices throughout our lives. We didn't make these choices. You made these choices. We're just the truth tellers. We're the ones dotting the I's and crossing the T's. And this is the way it has to be, Cecil. If you're unwilling to cooperate with this community and explain yourself on certain matters, well, then that takes it out of our hands. And we're just going to let the legal system sort this out.
I hope Cecil sees this video, because I'm always on high alert when Cecil panics. Because when Cecil panics, he's liable to come out with the most funniest fucking shit and just completely make a fool of himself. And that's what I'm here for.
What's up, Order? I love how he says in one of the last videos, he says, my trolls got my gun taken away. He does.
If anybody is unfamiliar, there was a period of time where Cecil was kind of willing to negotiate with certain people. Now, he decided he would link up with a guy who I don't think he knew very well. Him and his stepson came over from Cincinnati or whatever and arranged to meet him in a public park. And, asked him questions in a documentary style kind of thing. Cecil was armed. And then the guy says, would you like to do some sparring? So Cecil says, yeah, but don't hit me too hard or whatever, and puts on boxing gloves and, laces them up and everything, which left his firearm, on his hip. If one of those guys who he hardly ever knew was of very bad intention, they could have taken his gun. Or in the sparring or the mucking about, the gun could have went off if the safety was hit or anything like that. He's not very good with gun safety, but the stepson ended up flooring him. But before they arrived, those two people that were in that car said that they were outside a certain school, and they named the school, which meant that the location was doxed. Now, Cecil blames his trolls, which is us, but in reality, those two people doxed his location, and it was probably just by pure and utter accident. But Cecil always has to find someone to blame without looking into the facts first, because those two people were live a long time before they arrived on the scene. And they were talking, and they were at a level crossing. There was a train going past, and I thought it was flipping amazing. It was about a mile long or so. It took 15 minutes or whatever for this whole train to pass, something that we don't see in our country of London, France.
He doesn't say the police confiscated my gun. He says the trolls got his gun taken away. I was having a shitty day. But not no more. Well, Cecil, your trolls are going to get your guns taken away again. And still, we're still over here trying to give him an opportunity to speak. Cecil, we are the exact opposites, because you're over there trying to silence everybody when we're over here trying to get people to voice their opinions. We're a real community. You're just a real asshole.
Cecil did have a remnants of some sort of community when I came on the scene, and it was only one or two people. But we have, yes, there's people that came and left. They done their part and they left. But we always have been consistent. And at the moment, you know, the last two people have left Cecil. Nearly sure Queen Tasty has absolutely nothing to do with him anymore, because I never hear her being mentioned. So hopefully she has grown a brain and got the hell out of there, you know.
We've given you so many chances. What do you expect us to do? We're sitting on a gold mine of evidence. And you expect us not to do nothing? I'd like to show you guys what this paper says. But knowing Cecil, he's going to try to contact this person, and who knows what he would do. I think I just need to keep the paper sealed right now.
When it's to do with legal matters, it's best to keep your mouth shut. I'm sorry I give that flippin' squeaky bone back to the dog. Give me that. When it comes to legal matters, keep them off the internet. The best way. Otherwise, it could compromise things.
I guess I could at least show the letterhead. I don't know. I think I shouldn't. I'll tell you what. I will show you this paper, Cecil, and what it says if you come in here. Oh, his eyes are pure guilt. He's going to be getting a knock at the door. And it ain't going to be... Yeah. I did see his eyes. What eyes?
You notice when Cecil gets into a situation like this, you get an upsurge in panicky videos, especially the walking feet videos where he has the camera done at his feet while he's walking around and he's in pure and utter panic and he's flipping frustrated and everything. And very often that's where sometimes he kind of slips up, you know, out of just pure emotion and not thinking straight.
He was ripped. He was ripped out of his gourd.
Like there was four short videos. All of them have copyrighted music on them, so I can't actually cover those and that. But we can still screenshot them and keep them. You know, that doesn't immune you from deleting them and you know, trying to brush stuff under the carpet. If they're important enough, I'll screenshot them. Like.
Well, you enjoy it while you can, Cecil. Because pretty soon you're going to be holding pockets and walking the yard.
Don't drop the soap.
Tired of being nice to you. And then when this is done, you know, maybe we'll turn this channel into a, I don't know. We'll play bingo or something.
Bingo. I often taught myself what I do with this channel. I don't know. I do have a paranormal channel, And when I have to do a video like this, and it takes so much time, and it still messes up, it can take up most of my day, and it takes away from time that I have doing other things on my other channel. So, you know, I'm not that happy either, like, you know, as soon as this is over, the better. The best thing Cecil could do is actually just come clean about everything, but, you know, he's constantly just contradicting himself and making up excuses, and that's just, there's never been, over the last number of years that I've known Cecil, there hasn't been any improvement in that. It's just doubling down all the time.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was just thinking there, if Cecil did come onto my channel for a one-to-one talk, I would promise not to be an asshole, but I still have to ask the fundamental questions. There's no getting out of that, like, you know, but I wouldn't be there to take the piss like I do in the ordinary videos, and if we did make progress, what I would do, and what I will do, if that ever happens, is that I would private the videos for a period of 12 months. And if there is a complete turnaround in Cecil's behaviour and, you know, fixing all these wrongs and that, I'll delete the videos altogether. I'll take them off YouTube. But for a period of 12 months, I would keep them private, with the possibility of putting them back up again if he went back to his ways. But, you know, and I would not be. I would be fair. I would be fair for the sake of trying to make some sort of a resolution. I won't be taking the piss. You know, but I still have to, as I said, I'd still have to ask the fundamental questions, and some difficult questions, which he probably wouldn't want to answer. And the reason why the last live stream, which he wanted to do, went completely pear-shaped, is because he lied to everybody. That's why Shredder and RV came back at him. Because they knew that he was lying to them all along. So I wouldn't put up with the lies either, like.
Well, Cecil, my. Cecil, you've been putting out this information for years. All I simply had to do was record your videos.
That's all I've been doing too. That's all our Order of Magnitude was doing as well, and he was doing it sort of live and that. It's just commentating on the videos. You know, yeah, I put a little bit, you know, more sort of, I edit it together, you know, in this kind of way and whatever, and I add memes and all this kind of crap, and I put intros, and I do all that in the editing process, and sometimes it goes wrong, and I have to do it again, and it wastes a lot of my time, which I could be spending doing other things. But here we go. But at the end of the day, what we normally do on this channel, and you know, Order of Magnitudes and that, is basically bring up the videos that we can react to, because at the end of the day, when Cecil's making those videos, he's addressing us. We're allowed to address back. You know, we're allowed to answer, or we're allowed to commentate on his videos, because basically he's making those videos for us. He's addressing us. He's lying to us. He's, you know, accusing us of horrible things and stuff. We have a right to answer, and that's why we bring up the videos as it is, and we don't mix information. We get the information from Cecil's mouth every time. So he's got nowhere to go in that aspect. You know, in regard to random news, Random News puts together the contradictions from over the years with different pieces of clips, which is a more sculpted and a more polished piece, where all the evidence is brought together. Cecil. The only thing Cecil called out on Random News is the parodies, which were obviously parodies. Icebreakers within the video. When there's a long video, it's good to have an icebreaker in the middle of it, kind of like a commercial break. And Random News would make one of these parodies and that, and then Cecil would commentate on them, and say this is proof that Random News is fake. It isn't, because they're parodies. Everybody knew that. Apart from Cecil, apparently, or maybe he does understand. I don't know.
That's it. He fucked up big this time. He fucked up real big. And I'm not sure there's anything I can even do about it. I'm trying to... If Cecil comes in here and speaks like a man, I'll show him. I will show him this document.
That's an option. Cecil's not banned on my channel. He's got a right to comment. He's got a right to a voice. Unlike us that don't have a right to comment or have a voice on his channel. And that is why we have our channels. So Cecil, you just shot yourself in the foot there, because you created the channels that we are on now. So thank you.
Well...
It's a flippin' nice sunny day there. It's been raining for the last couple of days here. It really feels like fall or autumn, as we say over this. It's come in really early, and the temperature's starting to drop as well. So that wasn't much of a summer for us, to be honest with you. We had a couple of weeks, and that was it.
Yeah, he fucked up bad. I was just waiting. I was just biding my time. And I wasn't gonna turn this in, but what's up, Pac? I still haven't been over, man. I'm sorry. But it was just time.
Here's the thing. There's so many different things, that he hopes that we forget about. And don't just sweep under the carpet this live stream that he done not that long ago. It was a couple of months ago, where there was, let's just say, there was an adult video which sounded like a grape porn. It was very distressing to listen to. Don't forget about that. Make sure it's not buried under the carpet, because that's what Cecil wants. There's always something coming up, but don't forget the important things.
Something felt right. Something felt right today about it. I finally had what I needed.
This is some sort of hardware store or something.
I mean, I can't tell you how many videos we have archived. I mean, he was in possession of a firearm before he even went to court. He had a gun. And he was bragging about it. He wouldn't stop talking about it.
Cecil's like a child with a new toy. He can't keep his mouth shut. He has to talk about it, like, you know. In fact, he's very, very childish with a gun in general, you know. Yes, I know there's regulations around firearms and stuff like that, but, you know, sometimes not everything is perfect, you know what I mean? You've got these situations where you have this person who is questionable, of a questionable mind, that sometimes is obsessed with guns yet doesn't know very much about them, and basically all it basically is a gun to threaten us with by brandishing it on YouTube videos. You know, sooner or later it will bite him in the ass. You know, but anybody who, you know, who is responsible with firearms, don't show them off like Cecil does. It's not a status symbol, you know, it's a tool. And that, you know, I'm repeating somebody who was in the British Armed Forces for a long time, and is now sort of his hobby is shooting as a hobby. In that, he says, remember, this is not a status symbol, it's a tool. Like anything else, it's just a tool.
But, alright, Cecil. I got some stuff I gotta take care of. I guess you don't want to come in. But, if you change your mind, drop me a comment or post a video, and maybe we can sort this thing out. I love y'all. I'll be back. Believe that.
Right, yeah. See, the reason why we invite him in to have a conversation is, at the end of the day, this is the only way of resolving something like this, is negotiations. Not him dictating to us while blocking us from responding, you know, which doesn't work because we respond in our own way on our own channel and that. This over and back from channel to channel is not going to work at the end of the day. It has to be some sort of a negotiation, and that's Cecil's only way out, unless he just comes out with a video and you know, admits all his wrongs and say, listen, you know, I'm going to take a break off the internet, I'm going to work on myself, I come back, I'm very, very sorry to everybody that I've hurt and blah, 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 and he's a lot of things to be sorry about, let's just say. But I just see this keep going around in circles. That's all it's going to be. You know, I don't hold up much hope, but if there is, some sort of negotiation would have to take place. But Cecil would have to not lie. Not like the last time. That's where Cecil messed up. You lie to people, they don't react very well. And that's what happened. You know? I'm going to cover another video from way back in this other channel about his gun and that. And I've stuck in a couple of memes to take the piss and stuff like that. So enjoy that. Do you ever get sick of stupid people? Yes, all the time. Can't believe I'm reacting to myself. I mean, like, the stupidity never ends with Cecil. This is part of one of Cecil's live streams, right? And he's talking about guns, and he goes to get the gun, and he shows us exactly where it is. But we already flipping knew where it was because he'd done this stupid act before. Like I mentioned before about the boxing incident where he had the gun on his waist while having a pair of boxing gloves that were, you know, laced up and everything, and leaving the gun in a vulnerable position. This is even worse. You know, showing where your gun is in your house. It's in a small safe that you could break open with probably a grinder or something. Or, you know, it's got a combination lock. You'd eventually figure it out, kind of thing. It's only 4 numbers, kind of thing. You could just keep at it, you know. And some combination locks are kind of easy enough to worm your way around. Like I have in the past, I was able to lock my friends' bicycles and lock them somewhere else and confuse them and stuff like that, which I go into.
He goes to take the gun out of the where it's supposed to be sort of hidden and that. It's in this chest of drawers behind him. I know it's not in the top shelf because I've seen it in another video. But how stupid can you be? You know, this is getting kind of boring at this point.
Yeah. Okay, I got a car. I drive my car to work every day. Yeah.
To the airport. To the airport. Eh? Airport.
Are you sure?
Don't worry, there is no sugar.
I think was it Cecil working at an airport at one point, parking cars or something? I just thought I'd stick that in because it was kind of appropriate. Hello, how are you?
So am I a man now that I provided that for my kid?
Oh no.
No. You're going to say something else about me.
But you keep doing stupid things. You keep doing stupid shit. Like you're just about to do here. One of many.
Well, you're not a real man. You're just a low-life felon. You ain't allowed to protect yourself. And if Hetty gets a gun, she can't protect you. She has to keep it in the safe. She has to keep the gun in the safe.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to be in the house unless she has it in the safe.
I've seen another video from Lyco, and there's a possibility he's not supposed to be in the same house with a gun. I'm too lazy to look that shit up. Watch this move. Fucking hell.
So what do I do?
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Cecil, why are you so fucking stupid? You stupid, absolute moron. You absolute idiot. You brainless fuck. Why? Why? I'm sick of being surrounded by stupid people like you. What the fuck? Do I have to point out how stupid this guy is?
No, thank you.
He's just showing us where he's put his gun. And do you think anybody that breaks into a house is going to have problems getting into this? They might curse and swear a bit, but I'm sure at some point they'd get into it. As well as that, it's a combination lock. I can get around combination locks all the time. I used to unlock people's bicycles and locked them in different places and stuff.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
And then they come back to the bicycle and they wonder, I didn't park it here.
Shut the fuck up!
You see, I'm not beyond taking the piss out of myself.
Combination locks are really easy if, you know, you got the patience and that. Why the fuck? Why is he showing where his gun is? You stupid, stupid fuck. What a retard.
Bought her a safe.
Fucking hell.
You're fucking serious?
Do you know, sometimes Cecil gets sick of the drama and he does other things. and he still pisses me off. His singing pisses me off. His paranormal stuff pisses me off.
I heard that there is a butt-grabbing spirit in this car wash.
I might be a little bit wrong there. We need some of that paranormal stuff, because that's funny.
When he talks about other things, it pisses me off. When he opens his mouth and talks, it pisses me off.
You said you're not a real man. You're just a low-life criminal felon. Your daughter is never going to be proud of you. She's going to be embarrassed of you. She's never going to admit who you are because you're just a low-life felon.
Do you know, there is going to be some point where maybe it's going through her head already. Why does my dad make a fool of himself on the internet? Why hasn't he learned restraint, you know, to keep his private shit out off the internet? And just, you know, being a magnet for people to criticize him because he just keeps doing fucked up shit.
But here's this guy making a tool of himself on the internet, and all his daughter's friends are going to see it at some point. And he can't come to the realization that he's a complete lolcow.
That's me repeating myself. I should have kept my mouth shut.
And everybody's taking the piss. You know, what a fucking idiot. I mean, I go, why are you walking around with this gun pointing down at your penis? In your house? You know, and I'm damn sure he didn't put that, you know, he had that gun on before he started this live stream. He put it on just for fucking looks. Like, I mean, like, what a fucking moron. What are you trying to do? You're trying to intimidate people. You're not doing that. You're just making a fool of yourself. I'm sick of this fucker.
You'll always be a felon.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Fucking brilliant. See, that's the thing, Cecil. When you say stuff like what just been said, people clip it and they use them for memes.
So what?
That's it. That's,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Thank God that's over.
Hey, I heard Ryan Upchurch is looking for some farmer help.
Really? And you're the right person for the job. Right, let's put your best foot forward here, Cecil.
I grow tomatoes on my porch.
oh dear Lord.
He's already fucked up.
That is basically it, folks. I'm waiting for a response to all this stuff. I know Master Shredder has a better reach than I have because Cecil barely fucking speaks about me, and when he does, he's vile. There's anger in that voice. He just does not want to talk about me at all. But sometimes Master Shredder's stuff does get to him. So please go over to Master Shredder's video, watch it, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one, folks. Bye.